We're here with the Oni Warriors, who've been on a bit of a fall recently, now down to 4th seed. I feel like last time we talked to you guys, it was 1st seed Oni Warriors, right? I'm sorry, was it too soon in the interview? Ease you into that.
Don't bring it up ever.
Don't bring up 4th seed? It's pretty good.
No one wants to be 4th.
You could be 5th. That'd be worse.
No, I wouldn't.
4th
5th, no death. Because
not
4th
true.
plays 5th.
Doesn't
True.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
5th plays 4th.
That's good,
So
man.
no
That's
death.
smart.
Wow, he's good.
Is it like that?
He's
Isn't
never
it,
said that before. That's
First, 8th, 2nd, 7th.
Nah, isn't it 6?
3rd, 7th.
No, because there's a tournament. Isn't it 6th, 1st, 5th,
Well, if it was
2nd, 3rd, 4th?
Yeah, just
Yeah, so you don't know ball.
Yeah.
that's 4th.
Oh.
All right,
Fifth
so
plays
you
4th.
could have been 6th seed, man.
5th plays 4th, 4th plays 5th. Same
3rd
thing.
plays 4th, 5th plays 2nd, 1st plays 6th.
3rd plays 4th, no shot.
You guys are Rain Man
Who
all
cares?
over me right
Who
now.
cares, actually?
That is wild.
I actually don't
I
know.
stopped listening like instantly.
yeah, me too.
Well, actually, Neil, let's jump into it, man. Your
Okay.
entire team, once we sat down here, warned me about you. They said Neil Ma is in a mood.
What?
Let's explore that a little bit. Let's talk about it. Let's talk it through. What's the mood?
It's just a mood.
It's always a mid.
It's true.
Yes.
Yeah, why not?
He's always been a high guy.
I've always been that
Except
guy.
the 30 years old mood, you know.
30
29.
29.
Let the record show.
How long have you been playing the game, Neil?
I don't know. Since 5.
5 years old.
five.
Yeah,
Season
why
5.
And you're still
Since
there.
2012 or something.
2012.
Yeah, since I think Go On You got released right before I started playing.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
How was that?
I mean, it was fine.
It
The
was
game
so
was way
fun.
different.
It was so fun.
Yep. It was a fun game.
Oh, are you one of the OGs as well, Nika?
Yeah.
When did you start? Let's go around the table, figure out when we started.
I
here.
started playing like a week after Guan's release.
Okay, so around the same time.
Good timing.
Yeah.
Keep up.
I mean, I started playing, must have been right around Guan 2, maybe May 2012.
And that's when loads of the I think that's when loads of the keys came out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
like that's when like a lot of the OGs got in.
I think first tournament I played.
Same time.
Same time?
Yeah.
As Chronos release.
When?
Chronos.
Chronos. When was Chronos?
I think it was like July 2012 or 2013.
Okay, so we're all
Something like
2012ers in here.
Damn.
Yeah.
I think I started in like 2011, I want to say. Like,
Oh.
there were like 9 gods when I first touched the game. Ra was walking back then. Fun fact.
That looks so weird.
My man had a glow up. He floats now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but his one doesn't triple tap anymore, so.
Though, they didn't need to nerf that, all right? It's your fault if you're walking with the
Did they
beam.
not?
It was your fault. If
That
you're
is
walking
true.
With it, you know.
If you're running away, like, I mean, you deserve to be punished.
Just tap back, you know, stop
Well, if
moving
you're
for a
running, you
second.
deserve to be punished.
I agree. Don't
Yeah.
show your back. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of it, boys. Because there has been a major shakeup in the meta recently, and maybe an unintentional one at that. The Beads Aegis, I suppose, competitive ban because of a bugged interaction with both relics. How are we feeling about it? How's the group here? I feel like if I were to ask everyone in the league, every jungler is going to say it's the best thing ever.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean-
the carries don't like it. What's going on?
For junglers, I would say it's super fun. Like you get to play some damage dealers, you get to get in there, get dirty with it, make some plays. And I think it's just a nice fresh breath of air. Like we have a lot of tanks earlier this season, and now it felt like the mid-season patch was kind of slowing down the game. So having like Nuke back in is nice, it's fun.
Yeah. And that's the jungler perspective, which we expected, because now you can play things like the Susano. Feels like Thor's a little bit better, too, just all the damage dealers. Let's talk to the carries. Dardes,
Yeah.
you like it?
I don't mind it.
You don't mind it,
I
really?
mean,
He's a mage,
I don't
he's
play
a mage.
mages, you know.
Fair enough,
Like,
fair enough. You play
you know, like,
AMC?
I don't need Aegis if I'm a hunter, you know. Like, it's fine by me.
Okay, fair enough. How do you feel? Like, does it shake up your lane at all? Do you feel like it changed how you have to play, or?
The lane?
Yeah.
No, I mean, not really, honestly. I mean, it's actually better for me because, you know, I play Mori and they don't have Aegis for Mori. I mean,
Get stunned,
you better
just
be,
die.
I mean, yeah, watch out.
Watch out. What
Watch
about
out.
you, Vote? What are you thinking?
I mean, it was both ways. When I got full build, I had 2-shot junglers. But until I'm full build, junglers 2-shot me.
Yeah.
So kinda
Well, you've been
give
enjoying
and
thingy
go.
as well, right? Building other relics.
Hmm?
You've been enjoying building other
I mean,
relics
yeah,
as
but
well,
like,
right?
I'm not going to divulge.
Yeah, me too. I stopped myself before I said
Oh,
build
we got
relics.
some
literally-
secret info
He's
here.
literally gray screen every fight. It's so funny.
Yeah, but I have to engage you once. You know.
Kill him what?
Because you're a guy.
He's just getting gray screen on. He's just like, I'm dead every fight.
But he's done a lot with his
I'm
secret
getting.
relic.
With his secret relic, his top secret.
I-
There's been some
I'm
moments
starting
with
to
that
fa-
secret relic.
I'm starting to face, so it has to be said.
Okay, all right. I'm excited for this week then, because now that we've had a little bit of time to practice, everybody's prepared a little bit. Felt like, you know, it was a last-second decision going into the or last week, but now has a meta developed, or like, are we expecting something to be?
It
like,
depends.
Has
Like,
it been like very different?
what if no one plays like we did in scrims? You know, like 'cause I'm like scrims are crazy. Like the scrims we've played are so fun. Like,
care to say who you're scrimming?
well, we scrimmed the Kings, and then who else did we scrim on?
Monday.
Titans.
And
Oh,
Titans.
And they both seem to have made some adjustments as well as yourselves, or maybe just
Yeah,
one
literally
team?
everyone was switching it up, like just like 50 kills a game. It felt like it was so fun.
You might see crazy picks.
Yeah,
Oh, you will.
I'm excited for that.
but
I
maybe
really
not
am.
because everyone's like everyone
Oh, I
is a
will.
coward when it gets to actual SPL.
Yeah, you
so.
go to the SPL day and they're like, what do you want?
Yeah.
Vulcan, like,
No.
give me a cap.
Give me a tank.
I will
Give me
show you. I will show
Cthulhu.
you something.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm excited for that. I really am.
He's all talk. He's
I was
talk.
gonna say,
He
what's
is
he
a
gonna
talk.
show?
I'm not sure you have first pick yet.
No, you're not.
What, the god I told you to play?
Friday?
It'd be a real cool guy move to look right at that camera right there and say exactly what you're gonna pick.
Should I say it?
Yes.
Say
I
it.
think you should.
Nerd.
You.
Friday, Valkyries. I'm the first pick Tsukiyomi. Okay?
Tsukiyomi.
You won't first
Yeah.
pick it though.
You're not gonna first pick it. You know why he's playing it? Because I told
Because you
him.
can't Aegis it, right? Like the ultimate. Piercing Moonlight just works.
Yeah, have fun.
He was like,
true.
my strats, we gotta figure
I've
something
been,
out now.
I've been wanting to play that Suki boy all
Yeah,
year,
yeah.
but my boy's gonna take it in mid and pilot there. I mean,
I'm
he
gonna
does-
take your Sasano as well.
But I'm left with like Nesha or something like.
You can have it.
It's not even any different.
Bro,
They're still gonna have beads.
Get me back on Kabrakan like
I mean,
2018 all over. Ay, ay, ay.
God bless, boys. God bless. And let's talk about a little bit how the teams kind of had a meteoric rise throughout the beginning of Phase 3. Last time I spoke to Dardes in particular, he said, I don't know, man. I just play other games, and we got better at Smite. Is that still the case, or are we just
Well,
for some reason things seem to
We've
tend to line
started.
up?
We've started in the queues again, and we're
Yeah,
starting to lose
true.
SPL.
Really?
So,
yeah, that's true.
like, we're all hitting
We've been
mind
playing
queues.
every day.
Yeah.
And we're losing
Oh,
SPL.
like
so maybe
grinding.
That
maybe
might
we
be a
need to
problem.
stop. We
Yeah.
might have to stop.
So yeah, I think we're gonna stop again.
Is it just scrims, or are you guys like grinding like ranked queues as well?
Yeah,
Or
ranked
ranked
Yeah.
queues.
Is there like a mandate for this team?
No.
'Cause
No.
when we talk to the Valkyries, they have homework.
We're
No,
not-
that's weird.
We're not.
That's
Yeah.
messed up.
We're not suicidal.
Jesus.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That's a little-
I think that can only backfire. Like forcing people to play a game if they don't want to it's not going to be productive.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Especially Smite ranked. Like,
Benny Q throws up 10 games every single day as his
well, he does that anyway. That's
Yeah.
just Benny. Like, that's
I
a bad
guess so.
example.
He's
Yeah, dude's different. Dude's different. But you guys are playing against the Valks now, right?
Yeah.
Did you see anything in that King set that may have concerned you?
No, no.
Yeah,
not really
when they
personally.
tried to end it concerned me. That's
Oh.
Yeah,
Dude.
1v5 then end.
That Valks end, oh my god. You guys were
Yeah.
here. I think I heard you yelling in the.
No, it wasn't
No,
us.
it
Yeah,
wasn't
you
That's
guys.
nice.
Yeah, I could
It
hear
wa-
the entire building shaking. Like,
Yeah.
everybody's just yelling.
Oh, it's crazy.
Absolutely wild. So maybe put yourself in a pretty poor position. You know that they're going to throw, right? Like, is that the strategy?
Oh, we might throw before.
You just be one,
Yeah, if
down
anyone's
1v5.
thrown, it's us.
Yeah, we're the king of the throws.
Yeah.
Have you seen the bolts? Second game.
Okay, well.
Because like I don't
Just-
think we've been like playing bad, but then it gets like a decisive moment,
critical
and then it's
moments,
just
yeah.
like something snaps.
I mean, last
No,
one was
we
kind of shred. Last was in his bed.
True, like
I
He's
mean,
just rent-free.
there's only one Danish king, and we know who it is.
That was all I know is that there was a Mercury in the Titan room. There was an Odin cage in the Titan room. There's a dead Mercury in the Titan room. Game over, boy. That was horrible. But
It happens.
I mean,
Happens,
Lespro needed it that day more than I did. And look at him now. He's on the way up, and I love him for that. So
Some Danish love, I suppose,
of
right?
course.
Just got to spread the wealth a little bit. The
Some charity work.
Needed the bolstering.
Oh
the only
my.
Warriors, you guys were doing so well. You know, you can meet up a little bit.
sometimes you gotta get some. Sometimes you give some.
Fair enough. That's words to live by. Thibaut.
He
Thank
just
you very
says things.
much. Isn't that your bit?
but it's always
Yes.
so wise.
But that's why I can recognize it. His game recognized game.
I mean, that's why I know when I wake up in the morning and me and Neil meet in the living room, I can immediately tell when he's in the mood and when he hasn't slept well. It's just two guys talking so much.
Sometimes nothing said at all.
Yeah, sometimes it's just so many words, so little content. Like,
That's us with Liam. Like we always know when he's in a mood.
Well, this is a team full of moods. What's a
Oh,
Liam mood?
yeah,
Walk me through it. Like, how do you know when he's in
He's
a mood?
he's just so down. Like he like
So like
like-
down bad? Or
yeah, like when he's in a
Yeah.
not like down bad. Okay, he's just like miserable. Like when he's in a mood, like
Yeah, but whose fault is it? Whose
Not mine. There's no way.
look.
It's always after scrims. It's
Yeah,
always,
yeah.
always.
Yeah, but
All right,
sometimes
who's
some-
ruining your scrims? Who's ruining your scrims?
Neil, it's not even
This
close.
guy's in my lane.
No, we had
Everybody
a
else
dude,
is
no,
losing.
we had a scrim where Neil had no audio for like a half an hour game, right?
What?
He dies 3 times in lane.
Why are you
says,
so proud
No,
of
and
it?
then he says,
good.
"Oh, guys, I had no sound. Oops." And then Fred's like, "Do you want us to pause so you can fix it?" And he's like, "Nah, I'm good."
I mean,
It's good practice, no?
What do you mean?
Well, remember that Worlds and like the World, the 2018 Worlds. And everyone's like, I can't hear. I'm like, doesn't even matter to me. It's fine. It's just
So,
like
yeah.
training wheels. Sounds like training wheels.
The four of us are trying our hot down with that Scrim, and this guy he has no sound. And he's
I
like,
didn't know it was the worst part.
You're getting clipped by like
he
raw
didn't
wolves
know.
and
He didn't
stuff.
have
He's like,
music
don't
on
hear
or
him.
anything.
I was juking
like-
something, and then I realized like something was like coming at me, and I was like waiting for the sound. I was like, dude, I can't hear anything. And it hit me, and I was like, what?
That's just a sneak
And then it's
peek.
like 20 minutes in the game. I'm like, I guess I've been playing this whole game without sound, huh? I was like,
No, this man does walk in scrims. Like that's just a sneak peek.
A small taste.
But
of
it
what
always
he's got
ruins
coming up.
him. Like he's the one who has to suffer for it.
he ruins me too, but I'm just not vocal about it.
All right, well,
Oh, yeah.
let's air him then. Like you can't just let him dogpile you. What's going on? What
I don't
is-
need to.
What's Liam messing up, man?
I mean, he sometimes makes me int.
He makes you in.
He has a few times, and sometimes we'll like lose a scepter sometimes, but that goes both ways. Sometimes me, sometimes him. And
I
then
would say like a 90-10
sometimes
ratio.
I'll make one mistake, and then Liam's like, my day's ruined.
Yeah, literally.
And Liam will make a mistake, and I won't say anything. It's okay, buddy. It's fine. Like, it's fine. And I make one mistake, like, I don't want to play anymore. Like, can we just go tomorrow? I'm just like,
Guys, we
We're a
cancel
special
now. We'll
dynamic.
double block later. You know,
Oh,
make
no.
it-
No,
double
no.
blocks.
No,
We
zero.
are not doing that.
Oh, you guys don't do double blocks at all?
not yet.
Really?
we
That's
have
until
it
it's over.
historically.
Maybe in a month.
Maybe
Yeah,
like
once.
tournament
Maybe.
time, yeah, but like
Yeah. I think if you do it in the regular split, you might burn out, right?
Yeah.
Didn't we
yeah.
double block before the tournaments though?
We did, and
we
we did it
did.
before the SPL like play-ins, obviously
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
We scrimmed a ton.
Yeah.
Probably the most we ever scrimmed probably was before the play-ins.
yeah.
It was obviously really
Was
important.
that good
though.
practice though?
No.
I don't remember.
No, it was
No, well,
literally-
we weren't very good back then, anyways.
but
I was.
The other teams were
I was. Well, you were like playing like Bassing,
Yeah,
Penfield.
that's that
Like, I think I'm gonna play Basset here. I'm like,
Phase one
I guess
Nico
I'll
was
look.
different.
I guess I'm still a frontliner.
Yeah,
again.
Neil was so legit. Like I just showed up like, yeah, I'm just gonna play cleaner and Besta, like full damage.
Soul
Okay.
leader, just do it yourself.
Yeah.
They all work with. We'll find a way to work
And Neil
with
was
that.
like, oh, so like I can't really play Yamoja when like we don't have any front
Yeah,
line.
you had like, it was like Kleena, Bastet. I think you went through like an Achilles phase for a little bit. And I feel like there was also like a
Maybe.
4-month period where it was just
he was playing
Amaterasu.
Suki at that tournament too.
Yeah,
he
that
was
was
going crazy on
previous
Suki.
seasons.
Yeah.
Like a 21 win streak. And I lost it to this guy.
Yeah, you're one of the more adaptable soul laners. How do you feel about the soul lane metas? Like, are you preferring to play the squishier targets?
Yeah,
and you wanna,
when it's
you
full
wanna play
damage, it's not even
assassins?
close.
Okay.
Like, in my opinion, anyway.
So that's probably why
But-
you also like the
No age.
Aegis
Yeah,
thing.
I love it. I love it. If it's like this and I can play like full damage, then yeah, we'll be back on top mentally.
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 Yeah,
What
maybe
about
not
the
actually,
standings?
but mentally.
And that's all. That's all.
That's
you
all.
really
That's
need.
all you need until
It
Worlds.
is true.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, as long as you make top 6 in this phase,
Yep.
and you're mentally checked in for the tournaments,
That's it.
let it rip.
Yeah, I
Speaking
know
after
some
my own
teams. Some teams have definitely said they don't really want top 2 because you kind of get iced out a little bit. You don't have as many opportunities to play. Is that like a sentiment you guys would echo, or top 2 feeling kind of good? Like you aiming
For
that?
me, I mean, I've been top 2 for a lot of the previous seasons,
All right,
going
weird
into
flex.
tournaments. I
Weird
mean,
flex.
hey, it is what it is.
I was
but,
gonna say the opposite.
but like, I feel like coming in with like underdog kind of gives you that. Let's just go in and have some good time.
Yeah,
play
nothing to lose,
win.
no pressure.
Yeah, I mean, and sometimes I remember Dignitas. We came in through a boot camp. We were like, we're gonna win this tournament. This Worlds is ours. We got through SSG at the time. Then we got
Splice Worlds, right?
smoked by Splice, and then yeah.
Splice
Well,
was
you
on
guys
something
didn't-
different for that.
And
event.
they had
You
a
guys
6
didn't
strat,
adapt
but-
to their start
Nah,
at
but
all.
we were just like, we're gonna take everybody. We're gonna run them over because we are better, and we play the pressure. And then, I mean, they just did their homework and smoked us. Like,
Yeah, they knew the chalk jungle
But-
had some holes
Yeah.
in it.
No, that Chalk Jungle was crazy.
I played
man.
against it.
Yeah, it was
But
lethal.
that's the thing when you're like on the top and you just stay winning. You have to be good to be critical of your practice. Because if you just win on everything, you're like, oh, let me just play chock full damage. Then I go into a tournament. We don't have a lead. We don't even have like a good comfort. I'm like hitting the tanks for 50 with my axe. I'm like, okay, like
Good edge.
get me the next flight home. Like,
just too used to winning, right?
yeah, like what am I doing here? But that's what I think is definitely important to be critical of your practice. And I don't think it's always the best to be number 1 or number 2 going into tournaments.
Well, I know for us when we were on PK, because we had to play through like the United and then everyone else as well. I mean, I think we practiced Scylla like once, like one game of Scylla, and Paul just liked it, and then we played it a bit, like running up to the hard teams, and then it was
Yeah.
just like, okay, it works.
Yeah, you guys ruined the desk that year because like we were so prepped on Paul's picks and stuff like that, and we're like, hey, he's gonna go to this, or this, and then it's just like Scylla every game. Like,
Yeah, it
bro,
was
what
so
is he? Is
random.
Scylla even good? Like, what's going on?
Well, I
And
mean,
I'd
we're
ask him,
down like
and
a
he wouldn't tell
million
me.
gold every game. It was just like, but I was just like, we're scaling, guys.
And you were. Every game was 50 minutes.
guess.
It was all 5 game sets, and you just won.
You can kill fire giants, I guess. You could be down like 10k. You can
We
still
need
like
that
ult it.
right now, actually.
That's true.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll play it. I'll play it.
Thoughts?
No.
Well, you don't really play picks that are like confirming objectives.
The only
Which
person that
seems
can-
to have come back and bit you guys a couple times.
I'm just not gonna play mid laners who just AFK for 20 minutes. That's just not me. That's not
Yeah,
me.
you like to play aggressive. I've seen it with the on her.
Yeah.
I've seen it with the AMC. You want to jump in.
I mean,
or
the
honey in,
Cern,
or
the
whatever
Cern
it
as
is.
well. That's how he
Yeah.
appeared. Like,
Cern
I was
came
like,
out of
I need
nowhere,
something
man.
that I can. I just want to punish like the mages who just AFK farm, you know.
But you don't go to the more standard picks like when Pagon was doing the same style play of like going for the counter selections. He played assassins
Yeah.
or warriors and jumps in. You generally stick to like the hunter pool. Is
Yeah.
that a decision of your own, or is that maybe the entire team talking about it?
I just didn't believe in the assassins, man. Like, honestly,
Really?
I
I'm
still
trying
don't
to
believe
get
in
him on
them.
that.
You don't. I feel like set would just be what you want to do with on her, right?
Set is not my playstyle. Like,
Really?
Set's AFK.
I'm more like
I mean, a little bit, but like once you're slightly ahead.
I don't know. Set you're just waiting for the perfect opportunity, you know. I'm not that guy. I'm
Fair
just
enough.
get me in there, you
You
know.
want to make the opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just in there. I'll die. I don't care.
Play a guardian.
I'm
man.
not a
That's what
KD
everybody
player.
else
You know? Yeah, I mean, maybe a Cabrakan is back. Maybe.
does. Yeah, Shinto'd get mad.
I mean, no Aegis. No Aegis. Cabrakan goes crazy. Think about
Yeah,
it.
we're giving away all our strats today, huh?
We give everything
Kilo's
away.
getting a little mad over there. I saw the fist.
Can't ban them all.
Hey.
True.
Can't ban them all.
Did you pick it though?
True, but
There's
I have
Benny.
the Omega counter to
There's
everything
Benny.
right
The
now.
Omega.
The Omega
Yeah.
counter to everything.
Yeah.
All right, let's rattle a cup off the top. On her mid, what are you picking to counter that?
I'm not going to say it.
Oh,
I can't give away everything.
You're not playing mid though. You can say it.
yeah, go ahead.
If I'm against his and her mid,
Yeah,
I mean, I'm just going to play like Sasano every game.
against on her.
What are you gonna do?
That's insulting.
I feel like you get owned there.
Yeah.
No, Sasano's just so broken right now.
Well, I mean, yeah, but
There's no
like,
counterplay to that god.
in the laning phase.
Yes.
How are you gonna clear waves,
Yeah.
bro? You just got impaled.
Nah,
I'm gonna hit you early
just
game.
trust
What
I
are
was
you
farming you with Bacchus solo.
No, you won. Nah, that guy's a clown.
Okay, well, I gotta hear about it. You farmed him with Bacchus solo?
course.
Of course. Was it easy?
He fucking lost.
Yeah, that's just a team gift.
Emotions
Team
running
gift,
high.
man.
Emotions running high.
This guy,
No,
this guy based so easily.
No, he does get me emotional.
He would be the worst fish ever. He based every bit.
The
ever.
day I get to play against Liam, I'll show him the true wrath.
It is one of
He
my
was
favorite
holding
matchups.
back.
The 2-2 is like Nika versus Liam. It's just such a
Dude,
fiesta.
Yeah, I feel like you're always
Dude,
playing
I-
solo and ranked. Every time
I
I
love
tune
it.
in.
There's been days where like we both have our door open and like we like outplay each other. Then one guy's just yelling across the whole apartment and like you can just hear it like on my stream like in the background. Like, it's so good.
What would you think of about bringing that back to competitive? Like back in the day, and Neil,
Yes,
you
I'd
could
love
definitely speak
that.
to this. Back when the computers were just like right next
That
to each
was
other,
so
you could
fun.
just,
It was
like,
so
you
fun.
could just see over.
It was
and
so
yell.
fun.
The gauntlet.
Do you remember when they had like the seating and it was just
Yeah.
like and then like people who weren't playing would just like try and rile up the
Yeah,
the
dude,
people.
on the beanbag chair.
Yeah,
Yes,
yelling,
yes,
bro.
The
yes.
best part is you could hear the reaction. Like
Yeah.
you'd make the play and then it would show up on the screen like 2 seconds later. Everyone would
Yeah,
cheer.
yeah.
Dude, so
It was
sick.
good.
I remember like people would just like scream Gold Fury and then they like type Fire Giant though. Like, actually, Gold Fury, Fire Giant. You know, those were the good old
Different
days.
era.
It really was. It really was.
Good old times.
At picks and bans, like no one's talking. Everyone's like typing, like looking at people.
Oh yeah, people
Peeking over.
like whispering in
Gives
their
us
minds, like,
yeah,
yo, what's
You
good?
know, around the corner.
What's good?
Kivo, you brought up the underdog mentality. How do the Oni Warriors perceive themselves? Do you guys think like we're one of the best in the league right now? Do you see yourselves as the underdog? Like what's the team identity? Self-purported.
I think the way we like to think ourselves, we are
We are
like
the dog.
easy
We got the
going.
dog in them.
I mean, a little bit of underdog. It's like we don't take the game like be all end all, but we still are all competitive players who wants to win, you know. But I think we are not like we took some rough L's last weekend and this weekend, so like I don't think it's gonna get to us at all. It hasn't done in the past. We knew the game was winnable. It sucks losing like American in the Titan room. Like, bro, we should just 2-0 bolts. Like we should have, you know.
Yeah.
I go in the Titan room, I get caught in an Odin cage, they get Nika after. I mean, the game is over. We had 3 birds down. Like, games like that, yes, it's annoying to lose, it's annoying to drop on the rankings, but personally, I can only speak for myself, it doesn't affect me at all. I know we are better than the Bulls on, I would want to say any given day, but really, like, any given day, anybody can win. But I really believe we're better than the Bulls and any other team for that matter. Titans, we should have won too, I think. I just think we beat ourselves sometimes, and
Yeah.
as we come closer to tournaments, it's just about putting the foot down and and have like all players go for the same kind of goal.
Yeah, I mean, when we've had like phases of consistency, like it hasn't really been close with like most of the teams we've played. It's
Yeah, when the Warriors are on it, you guys are on it.
It's just like it's happened in all three of the phases where we like start super hard, like we sweep people, like 20-minute games in like phase 1 and 2, even like this phase, and then we just like slip up a bit, like in my opinion, beat ourselves a lot. So like I think that's literally like the only thing our team needs to work on is just like that like vital decision making like has to be more consistent. And I mean, I don't think it's going to be that close if we can like figure that problem out
Agreed.
against a lot of teams.
Because the way we lose, like, I don't mind, obviously losing is awful, but when you look at the way we lose, especially these last, like, 3 sets, it's like, okay, we're in the driver's seat, like, we're doing really well, and then, like, we make a mistake, in my opinion. And so it's like, when you take a loss like that, it's like, it's better than if you're just getting run over and you had no chance, right? When you're in the driver's seat the whole time and you have the say of who's going to win the game and you lose it, I mean, then you have something really decisive to look at. You go back and say, like, why is this happening? You have something to fix. And it's really clear to see how you can progress forward. And I mean, like, when we've just been playing well, like we were saying, like, we're not making these mistakes. We're beating a lot of teams. So it's just about finding that consistency.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Vote, same thing.
Yeah.
I thought he was like prepping for something.
I saw something gearing up behind my eyes. It was just game of the year.
The safe answer.
Fair
I
enough.
mean, it's just always fire, man.
We're just
Baskin's just too good.
True.
He's always fire everything.
God, Baskin's so good.
Man, like,
Dude, I was
that's-
walking back to that FG, like, and I was like, I could smell it, dude.
You could
I
smell it.
I saw Neil freeze him early, and then like everyone didn't know what to do on the FG. He just jumps in and just hits
Whoopsies.
it. It's just like,
It was like a pulse of Odin 3,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
God, that's
Hey,
so
no.
tough.
No,
And let's not talk about the Bastet cat either. That thing, like,
Whoa, that's that cut too.
it's too low to the
You guys
ground. I can't
buy
see
a
it.
Fire giant.
No,
I
you
couldn't
don't
see it.
get it. We're hitting fire. And the last with 3's the pit.
Oh,
and
yeah.
News hitting it. Doesn't say anything.
Didn't even
Doesn't-
We
realize.
had no idea. We
And
had
then
no idea.
like the next day, Dardes is like, dude, you know, like why didn't you say anything? Like, you were autoing the Bastet cat. I was like, I was. And he's like, yes, dude, you were hitting it. I was like, I don't even notice. I don't even. Sometimes I'm just like sitting there. I'm just like, what is even going on up here?
No sound, no visuals, no
Yeah,
problem.
maybe my sound was off my monitor. Who knows?
Scream
know
was
what to
also
say.
something. Nah.
God bless, boys.
But then when Worlds come around, I see that cat as the thing, though. When
Yeah.
Worlds are around, I'm seeing that cat all
Are
day.
you sure?
Yes.
Now
Have
we
you seen
know.
that guy? at
I'm
Worlds?
seeing that cat at
on the
Worlds.
world stage, no cats get past
Dude,
you.
yeah. And I hear everything.
Everything.
You know
We'll be
why I
sure
played
of it.
no game sound so low, so I preserve my ears, and I get to Worlds, I crank that bad boy all the way up, hear everything.
May as well, so he needs to preserve
Yeah.
it.
It's true.
Sure.
It's true.
He's a hell.
It's important. I mean, your ear health is important.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad someone gets it.
Is that a constant battle you have to fight on the team?
Oh,
I mean,
it
they
is.
just don't get it. You get into old age, and there's aches and pains. And
mean, I wouldn't get it.
These young whippersnappers just really don't get it.
Are you the oldest on the team?
Not
Nah,
even close. Not even close.
Not
even
This guy's older
close.
than me.
By far, man.
I'm 23.
Are you 23? I'm older than you, vote.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Does he look old? Oh,
No, I just thought I always assumed that I'm one of the youngest people in the room. Because when I first started playing, I was 13. And so it's like, just feels weird, right?
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old am I?
24?
Yep.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah,
True.
same
How old's he?
Nika? Why are you guys asking me, man?
Why not?
You guys got the
You putting it in a
answers.
spot now.
need to-
Yeah,
No.
25.
20. I'm 23.
Dude.
I knew
Yes.
that. I knew
He's
that.
young.
I
That's
just
really
wanted to
mean.
offend
Why would you
I'm
say
the
that?
youngest one here.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm just 23.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
August, I'm January.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Fred's also 23.
He's 25.
25,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Old.
Hold what?
It's been a minute, that's for sure.
God bless. All right. Let's play a fun little game, boys.
Okay.
Oh,
No.
If we weren't playing Smite, what would we be doing? Nika. I'll give
I'd
the rest
be a
time, some time
billionaire
to think.
probably.
Can't wait to get to you, though.
I wouldn't
Probably
actually
at
be a
school.
You're
Doing,
still in
like,
school,
uni,
you think?
Uni, yeah.
Yeah? What would you be studying?
Economics.
That's so fun.
Yeah, I know. Economics and business management is the course I was gonna do, but then I said I'll just rather play SPL.
Really?
Yeah, so I just dropped it.
Just an easy transition like that. Like you already
Yeah.
had the opportunity lined up. You said,
Yeah, I just like canceled it because it was like with on Daughters on mouse sports. It was just like, oh, we could just play SPL. And I was like, yeah, sure.
that's awesome.
I have like a.
Were you already in schooling, or was this like before you made the decision?
It was like right before I was gonna go, and I had like and I just like took a bi-year out and just did SPL instead, and then I was like, oh, I'll just move to America the season after and like Who cares about school for now?
And you were in Georgia. So
No, I was in the UK.
Oh, you were in the UK at this
Yeah.
time. How do credit transfers work there? Because I know here in America, after like 5 years, I believe, if you haven't gone back, you kind of lose the credits that you've built
I
up
have
towards
no
a degree.
clue. I have no
idea?
clue. No.
No clue. Well, now you know what to Google when you get home.
Well, now I can just stream, hopefully. So
Fair enough. So now if not SPL, we're going to streaming or
yeah,
it's
yeah.
maybe
Right
still-
now, yeah.
Still schooling. Okay. Fred, what about you?
I mean, I would be in school studying for sure. I've been doing a little bit of a course in my free time lately, the last 2.5 months or so. So I would be picking up school for sure. Been doing computer science program from Harvard,
Oh,
CS50
wow.
course. Yeah, I mean, nothing crazy. I'm just taking it as it comes, seeing if it's something for me.
That's
So, yeah.
really cool, man.
Yeah, I've just been enjoying that. So I will be doing that for sure.
What were you doing right before you got into the SPL?
I was doing gymnasium in Denmark.
Okay.
And then I had a year, 2018, where me and Trix, and Lesbra, we rented a house, played out from there, get streaming, playing SPL, and then I went over here, America.
How you liking it?
America?
Yeah.
Ooh, I loved it.
You love America?
I love it. I think it's so much fun, so
Yeah,
many
same.
opportunities.
That's awesome.
Like if you just let go a little bit and you go outside and you develop some connections and relationships with other people. Like there's so much to do over here. So many, like different. Because I'm from Denmark, I'm from a little city, so it's so nice having so many things possible. You know,
What were some of the major like culture shocks having to come to America from Denmark?
food.
Food? Is
Food,
it
like-
just like the portions or is it the
Like,
types of food?
you
or-
think of any food here, you go on your phone, you're like, oh, I want sushi today, or I want like Japanese
Yeah.
vegetables, or whatever you want, you know? Like whatever you want, you can get it
Sushi,
on your
Japanese vegetables, yeah, all that
Japanese
stuff.
And like Instacart too, like you don't gotta
Yeah.
leave, like America, you don't gotta leave the house if you don't want to. That's not Denmark. And also the America, like not traffic, transport.
Yeah.
Like, bro, I was biking in and out from the gym earlier this year, and I was almost getting hit in a green light. Like,
Every time
Bro.
every time I leave the house, I almost die.
seriously,
It's crazy.
It's rough.
No, like,
Fighting for his life.
I get
cannot drive
like
here.
the green.
Because you commute by foot, right?
Yeah, I get the green man or the white man. It's you guys, like the white light guy.
Yeah.
And I'm halfway across the street or the road, and a car just swerves past me.
Seriously?
It's
For
actually
awful.
criminal.
And then
And then
People
they're
in
like,
Georgia
then they look in the
cannot
window,
do
like, oh, sorry. I'm like,
Every time he leaves, I'm praying he comes back safe.
Seriously.
No, but
you gotta
for
start
real.
riding, because I'll be driving past sometimes and I see you walking and I'm like, that just does not look safe. Because in America, we're not used to like ground commuters unless
Yeah.
you're in like a major city.
Yeah.
So
People
yeah,
also
you're
don't use
risking
their
it.
indicators or anything. Like
no.
it's just terrible.
Yeah.
They
it's
don't look
awful.
twice, bro. They don't
Seriously.
care for any
Just
like
run it down.
pedestrians.
They
Everyone
really
does
do
know
run
what
it
to do.
down. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I don't give a shit.
They really don't.
Neither does he.
What about you, Dardes? What would you be up to?
I mean, probably a league pro, honestly.
You think
Right.
so?
I mean, I was. No. Honestly, like probably a badminton professional, maybe.
Really? Did you play a lot of badminton?
I love sports, so
Parisian
like
champ.
I would probably end up
Parisian
like being a.
Wait, provisional champ or regional champ?
Parisian.
Parisian.
Yeah, but
You were a Parisian champion.
I was, but like not
How old
not
were
the
you
best players were there, so it was kind of
No, that's
Oh,
awesome.
they knew
So you're a
names.
fraud.
I've never heard of
I
this
wasn't
before.
there,
I had
yeah.
no idea. That's awesome.
What does Parisian mean?
the
Paris.
three best
From
players.
Paris.
Were.
Means you're from
Parisian.
Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but it was a bit fake, you know. Like, I was not the best.
That was
Well, you're the
Mickey.
best.
Well, I was the
Paris.
best there, but like
What
The best players
age
were not
range
there.
was this? Was this like juniors or?
I don't know, juniors. It's not the same in French. Like,
Oh,
in France.
How old are you?
I mean, I was like maybe 12, 14. I don't know.
Okay.
Something
That's
like that.
awesome. That's awesome. And why'd you stop pursuing badminton? What was the shift up?
Stroll, badminton, like gaming. I had to stop one of the three,
Yeah,
and it had to be badminton sadly.
Everyone in badminton is so lucky nowadays.
dude.
Whoever's the
Seriously.
champion
Dominating
of,
the
like
scene.
right now
I
is
was
like
not-
Wait,
so
did you
Mickey.
go out on top or did you start losing and then you're like, okay?
Oh no! I went out, and
So you
actually,
won and you're like, see ya.
I stopped in the worst year as well because you know that you have it's like every 2 years you go a division. Or I don't know how to explain it.
Okay,
But,
yeah.
and I stopped at like the second year of my division.
Yeah. Because you're the
So-
oldest, right?
Yeah. So I was the oldest in that 2 years. I stopped at the worst time. But I had to. Everyone was confused when I stopped.
Wow.
I'm sure you're the champ.
He was
could've
about to
been
go
a legend.
LeBron mode. He was about to
No, I
go
wasn't
LeBron
the champ
James in
that
the
year. I
league.
wasn't
Not
the champ
that
that
year, okay.
It was 2 years ago.
That's
But
super interesting.
everyone was confused because I don't know. It's just not much. It just happened. It had to happen.
Fair enough.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
How did the opportunity to play Smite, how did it come to you?
Oh, it was my brother. I think he had like like back then in the beta, like he had the beta code something.
Uh-huh.
So I started playing back then in the beta, and then I stopped playing and I played again like season 1 or something. 2012. I don't know when it was.
What made you
Yeah.
start playing again? Like, what was the catalyst?
I just liked it. I like League of Legends. I was playing both at the time, and actually when I was not playing with my friends at League of Legends, I was just playing Smite on my own.
That's cool. That's really cool, man.
And then I started playing support, and I got picked up by French boys. And
Fair enough. So if Smite goes kaput tomorrow, you're back to Paris in the badminton scene, or
wow, I'm too old for that shit now.
no?
I'm way too old.
24.
Okay, maybe I'm not too old.
If
I
you're
mean,
too
come
old,
on.
I'm too old.
Yeah, but it's been so long. It's
Missed
been
too many
you'll be so-
developmental
Look, you're just gonna be
years.
rusty, you know.
You'll be
I-
so washed.
I stopped like 6 years ago. I think it was 7 years ago, maybe. I don't know what I would do, honestly.
Really? Maybe
Nothing wrong with that.
education.
I mean, maybe I go back to I mean, I have like a degree, so I could work.
Wait,
you
you
know.
do have a degree.
Yeah, but it's like a 2 years degree. Like it's
So
like
you have
after.
associates in.
It's like after high school, like you get a diploma from high school. I don't know how
Yeah.
it works in America, but then I did like 2 years of something, so I got a degree. I could work.
What's your degree in?
It's like a IT electronics,
Okay,
something like that. So I could work, or I could just like do 1 more year, and then I could have like a better degree, and then I could work.
Is that how it works in Paris? You could just go back and like continue your education. They wouldn't have to because there's such a large gap. There's no issue there.
I don't think there's an issue. I mean, it depends on your results, you know. I think they will let you in, and after, I mean, if you're just bad, and, like, you probably would get kicked, honestly.
Fair enough. Well, you wouldn't do that. You think?
No.
You go back to school tomorrow. You think you're thriving or what?
I was good at school, also.
Okay, fair enough.
I was
That's
not bad.
super interesting, man. I didn't know any of it. Did you guys know all that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
That's so interesting.
And we have-
I didn't know the
we've been
diploma
with him
stuff.
for so long.
Yeah.
Oh,
we-
fair
Oh,
enough.
friends.
Us
Fair
three.
enough.
Your friends.
yeah, like us three have been
You guys are
like,
associates, colleagues, maybe.
It's
like
been
even before we teamed, we were friends for like 4 years.
It's
or
been too
extra
long.
years.
It's been
so
too long.
Wow, that is really interesting.
Can't get rid of him.
You guys just like met in like the European rank scene or what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
and we were just like in the same friend group the whole time. So
That's super cool. That is super interesting. Neil, good luck following that up, man. What would you be getting up to?
I mean, he's
I-
30, so
I don't know. Yeah,
Sure,
I mean,
well.
I already
You've
have
got a lot of life
I have a
you've
degree
lived.
as well already.
Oh, he's so cool.
In what?
In finance.
Really?
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
did
help me out
that.
sometime.
No, I mean, I don't have any work experience yet. So I just got my degree right before I started playing pro. So I finished like my actual uni degree at my university, and then just hopped into Smite. I haven't done anything since that, obviously. But yeah, I don't really know what I will do after I stop playing. Maybe take a year off, because like I said, I never actually worked in finance. And I think now that like I have the degree for a while, the idea of like there's a lot of different things you do in finance, obviously. But after you played Smite, like the idea of sitting behind a desk at a bank doesn't really sound super appealing.
Yeah,
Sounds a little bit
makes sense.
soul-sucking.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty open. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to if I found something else I like to do to go back to school or anything like that, or do other avenues. I know I'm passionate about esports and gaming, and I think I have a lot of knowledge on that, how it works behind the scenes. So I wouldn't mind doing anything in that regard.
Yeah, maybe like getting admin work or commentary, maybe anything you're interested
Yeah, or
in.
even with like an org or something, if I could get in
Yeah.
and just do something like that. Because I know, like with a lot of orgs, I think there's a lot of miscommunication and kind of just misunderstanding of what the players need behind the scenes as well. Because I know whenever we had managers and things like that in orgs, they give us a lot of stuff, but not often what you really needed.
Yeah.
And lots of times they don't really. Yeah, there's just. And I think just having someone who's been a pro as well, talking to players, you kind of just get it a little bit more.
So you kind of want to stay in esports if you had your way?
I wouldn't be opposed at all. It's just something I'm passionate about, and I think that after playing Smite for so long, it's kind of opened my eyes to how important it is to just be passionate about what you do, because you're doing it all the time, right? If you're working like a 9 to 5, you better like it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you got into Smite or when you started breaking into pro, it was just schooling, you got your degree, and then it was like instantly into the pro league, or?
Pretty well. I think it was like a half year before I got into the pro league. I think I joined that. I think right before I graduated university, I was on that Envious team that did like because I think Allegiance and Envy, like all the Envy players went to Allegiance and they ended up going to Worlds, and like it was Skeely and Kiki, I think, who had no team. And so I got picked up for that, and then we kept playing, and then we did Challenger Cup together, and we did well. And then I did that Gauntlet run or whatever. It was like my first kind of showing at a tournament
Wait,
with
which
the
team was
Oxygen
this?
Supremacy.
You were on that Oxygen
Yeah.
squad.
Yeah.
That was one of the
Yeah.
most impressive tournament runs
Yeah,
anyone had
7
ever seen.
hours. Yeah, it was crazy.
7 hours straight. You guys
Yeah.
had like what, like 1 15-minute break? or
Yes,
something
dude.
like
I
that?
tried to go to the bathroom. They're like, you got a game. And I was like, I've been playing for like 4 hours. I'm just going to go. And they're like, okay.
Nobody expected you guys to keep winning, but you just kept winning.
Well, we knew we were better than a lot of the SPL teams. We've been like practicing them a lot.
Yeah.
But obviously, I don't know, to 2-0 like the first 3 SPL teams was not something we really expected. And then by that time, we were too tired to really just be there
But
anymore.
it was the last set you were playing, the one you lost. Had you won that, you just qualified into the Pro League, right, or something along those lines. Like that was the last one you needed to win.
Well, we were gonna make day 2. I think they were talking about it. If we had beat Allegiance, they were like thinking about just letting us in,
Yeah.
like in relegating a different team. But that never ended up happening. So I knew if we beat in memory of Gabe, we would have at least had like the rest of the day off and could come back and play tomorrow. And I remember we won the first game, and our gas tank was like 0. And
Yeah.
then we like got picked once during the second game, and it was like so deflating. I was so tired. It just kind of snowballed out of control.
Would you say that tournament run was more exhausting than the PK run through Worlds? Because that was also just a ton of Smite.
I would say no, just because there's less on the line.
Yeah.
I mean, at Worlds, like there's a lot of adrenaline both ways. 'Cause, I mean, the Gauntlet run, it was just my first tournament ever, really, and I was like not even a pro.
What
And
was
we
that
were-
your first LAN?
Yeah, that was my first LAN. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That
And
is insane.
And there's just not as much pressure though either. Like we weren't your challenger team playing against pros. Like even if we knew we were better, no one expects anything from you, right? So you're just having fun. And Worlds are having fun too, but there's so much more on the line, right? Especially when you believe in your team. And so those games I think are more exhausting, and it's a longer stretch of days too, right? So it's not like you have to be like mentally on every day kind of, as opposed to like for like one stretch.
Dude, that is crazy. What a wild run. And maybe that's why you're so used now to like these higher stakes, longer sets, right? Because that seems to be a Neil-Ma consistency like throughout even like different teams. You guys are always like capable of taking it late.
Yeah, I don't know. Just never give up. Believe in your boys, and you'll go far.
How could you ever get down, Vote? This guy's so positive.
There's more to it.
Huh?
Is he faking me? Am I getting
No,
tricked?
he's not. He's not. He's not.
He's not.
I don't know.
Vote.
I can be positive and also a menace at the same time.
Oh yeah.
They're not
Oh, yeah.
mutually
The thing is, it's
exclusive.
like the rest of us don't really like get affected by what Neil does. Like,
They don't
in
see
lane,
it.
you
They
know.
They don't
see
get
it.
to see it.
They don't
Yeah.
see
Yeah, we don't get
Yeah.
to see it. Like I get to see Neil at FG and like, you know, what's up, man? How you doing? And then
Howdy.
it's like that's
Howdy.
my first
Yeah,
interaction
please
with him.
capriole me if I get low. Otherwise, it's whatever.
Oh, you won't.
He won't.
won't.
He'll hold himself.
Yeah.
Who's most likely to catch a capriole from Neil-Ma? Is there like a
Neil.
favorite?
Me, number one.
Neil.
Number one.
It's Neil or me, I think.
Okay.
It's definitely not me.
Not you.
I've never seen it.
Never seen it. There's only one set where I was getting like silent stuff there. It's like, you never get ulted.
No, I remember that. Poor Fred, dude. He lost it.
Poor
He
Fred.
lost
Poor
it.
me. I'm like getting silence and stuff, and he's like,
No, but
where's the
No, you guys all remember
There's
the
one
exact
play.
team fight,
Yeah.
right? Where it's
20
like,
seconds before, Neil, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna blink in. Get ready to ult me.
I don't even remember
20
this.
seconds before.
I don't even remember
He
this.
blinks in.
Oh, I got
There's
silence.
he also
There's no-
he also
silence
dies.
probably.
I'm sitting next to him. He just like throws
I
his
got
hands up.
I got silence that
and
play.
then guess what? And then I also dive with him, and then I don't get caprioled either. I'm like,
You
what?
get to the grayscale, you see Neil open himself.
Help.
And he's just like, yeah, I just got Nox comboed. Like, I'm not even close to you guys. And
Yeah.
it's like, I guess
What do you then
that-
want me to
that is
do? I mean,
true.
if I'm silent,
That
I'm
is
silent.
true.
Pop beads, man.
I
Buy a
didn't-
badge eyes.
Nah,
You don't buy
catch me,
beats.
but,
I don't think that game. Did
Nah,
you?
won't be buying that in general.
What
was
is
an
a
E-set, not
support-minded
Nox.
player, you know? You got to get the shells, the heavenlies. You're worried
Yeah.
about your boys.
Just let me die, whatever, man.
well,
I'm
you're not going to let
definitely
you
not.
die.
I'm definitely not a KDA player. I do not
He is
care.
not.
I really do
Oh, we
not
know.
care.
We know.
I
We
do not
know.
care.
Neil's a cup player, I like to think.
Yeah?
Sometimes.
Like he will die for the cup, whatever it takes, no matter how big your meter is or how small it is. Just to get one away from the homies, he's in
Yeah.
there. He
It's
will
a
One
mental battle.
chalice, bro.
It's just kind of like proving to the enemy team, like, I'm not backing down, you know?
You strike
Like,
me
you
as the
better
type of
watch
dude-
out.
You would die for a ward, right? Like you
Oh,
drop
yeah,
a
I've
sentry
done
on
it
fire.
before
you
many
hit it.
times. I've
He's,
done it many
he's died
times.
for things less valuable than a war.
Most definitely.
And maybe that's the stuff that starts to get the vote. Huh?
Maybe.
He sees it in lane. He's like, man, it's one minion. Like, leave me
I will
alone.
die for it. I will die. I will give no one an inch. And maybe that comes
pain.
back biting us because they take a mile off that, but you're not getting that first inch. It's the first that's a. Oh, okay, well.
Whoa. Neil, you are.
This has always happened to me.
We got to get you media trained. Vote. what would you be doing if you weren't a Smite pro?
I got thought about this. I think if I like, when I quit or whenever that happens, school doesn't start till August. So I think half a year I just travel around.
Use
Like
like
the first
backpack
half
through
year.
like Europe,
Yeah.
Asia, or
Go
like
to
the whole
Europe.
world.
I want to go to Japan again.
Really?
Yeah, that was fun. It was the first time. I go to Europe because they've got friends like different countries. I go see them, stuff like that.
So spent a little
did the
gap
first-
period just
yeah.
adventuring the world.
And before I was actually I done like year and a half of accountancy, and that was horrible.
Yeah.
I hated my life. So unfun.
Yeah.
It is
So we're not
boring.
going back to that.
I thought being a teacher.
Really?
Yeah, a math teacher.
What age groups would you want to teach? What would you want to teach?
No,
So we haven't thought a lot
just
about
not,
it.
just not kids.
Okay.
Oh.
But that's generally what you teach.
Yeah, you have
Yeah,
to.
but
Like,
like-
Define kids. Like older than
Like
14?
6 to 11.
Okay, so
No, not primary
older
school.
than
You
11.
only do like secondary school.
I did like secondary school, not primary school.
that's the what?
What is secondary school? What is that? What is
It's
that age
like
range?
11 to like 18.
Okay, okay.
But I don't know if I should do it.
Why is that?
In school, I was good at teaching my friends maths. So I guess I know I'm good at it. But I don't know if I should do it. The holidays are good.
Okay.
Pay not very good.
No, it's not good. Well, in Europe, it's a lot better, isn't it?
It's fun. It's rough at the start, but
Yeah.
like
If
10
you
years
climb
in,
the ranks,
yeah,
know,
if you
become
climb,
like,
it will grow up like a
head of
3K
maths,
somewhere.
you know?
Maybe like a GM math teacher.
I mean, 3K is not bad.
He's MMR
Well, I guess it
captain.
depends on
Mark Captain Math.
If you become like the head of maths at your place, like
Yeah.
I know the school I went to, like if you're a good teacher in like an area where like there
Yeah.
aren't many other ones,
Yeah.
like they will like bring out the checkbook for you to keep you there. Because I know a teacher who like he was a hot commodity like well, at my school. He got paid whatever he wanted.
Yeah, tell me
pretty
more
much.
about your
Whatever
hot
he
teacher.
wanted.
Let me hear about
Yeah,
it.
let's
Right.
hear about it.
What?
What do you mean?
What?
No, it's fine.
What is going on?
So if we're not teaching maths and we're not adventuring, any other plans you could consider?
Not a thought of it now.
Fair
That's
enough.
the options I've got going.
Take it by the day.
travel and then just uni,
What were you doing before you came to Smite?
accountancy.
Accountancy, yeah.
Yeah.
And you hated it.
Well, I've done like a year. And it was halfway through the second year, and I think it was either Splice Worlds or United Worlds, the one that they won. We were going to that, and before I was like, okay, I could just leave and just jam Smite, or I could stick to this that I hate doing.
Easy decision, right?
Yeah. And the way I saw it was like Smite, uni stuff will always be there for like whenever, but like Smite's like something I can do now, you know.
Yeah.
But it won't always be there.
Once in a lifetime experience.
Hey, man.
It really is. It
When I
really
met
is.
this guy.
Yeah.
When I met this guy.
That's right.
Would have been a lot happier though.
Ask
don't
ask him
mean
again later in the end of the year. We'll see. We'll see.
When he's putting the ring on, right?
On what?
On your finger.
You can't say on what. That's just too open ended.
That's the point, buddy.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot give us microphones. Jeez.
Well, let's address the allegations from the Camelot Kings. Last time I sat down with the Camelot Kings, they had words about their scrim partners.
Partners?
People they were scrimming.
We
all
scrimmed
right?
them like twice.
Yeah. Genetics has gone on record in an official capacity saying that you guys are the worst team in the league to scrim.
That is the biggest cap I've ever
why
heard in my
do we
life.
think he's saying that?
I don't know. Well, he said that he didn't like landing against us. We played him SPL, we crowned him. So what's that about?
3 times, right?
All I'm saying.
He
Yeah.
did say you are the worst duo lane in the league.
Yeah, well, we first blooded them, so I know what's that about. He's a good sport about it, though. He takes it both ways. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like he'll dish it out, but when he's like, okay, fair game.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did stink it up a little bit. It was one scrim session, I think. We played one scrim session,
Yeah,
and we were just
tragic.
clowning, right? Clowning around, and then he's just like, they're terrible. or
And when you
something.
say we were clowning, is it just you? Because
Oh,
I got
no,
an
that's
instant
really-
point
this
from
guy-
Dardas.
I was clowning that scrim
Yeah, but
session.
who starts it?
That's-
Who always starts it?
Always.
Or who always starts
Not
it?
always.
It's usually the duo lane.
It
but,
does
you
stem
know,
from duo lane usually.
Yeah, it's from, I do it because he does it.
Yeah.
And then
What?
And then
What?
Fred gets tilted.
Yeah, Fred's out of it.
And then
Is Fred the first tilter? Like,
No.
Fred, do you
Nah.
not like
Not
when scrims get a little
always.
I
goofy?
think, like, I usually, like, just have a good time, mess around, like...
Nika and I did titles, I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
our lanes get affected.
And
the most.
Fred feeds off the energy.
Yeah, usually I can, like, power through it, but some days when it's really gloomy out
The headset
and,
goes off.
and Neil is
man.
pressing all my buttons left, right, and center.
The door gets
Sometimes
the door
I gotta
hinge.
just put the headset down, take a walk around the apartment.
You hear
like,
him
door.
You hear him take his headset off, and you hear him like way off in the distance,
Yeah.
like we're like, and then Nika every time, even if he's actually really pissed, Nika will just start dying laughing.
Yeah, no, it's always like I try and hold my laughter, but then like that's just
Not
too funny.
possible.
Like he
sometimes.
would just walk away, just yelling in Danish, and you just slowly it fades out. The further he gets away from his head, that's it.
Have you guys learned any Danish from him from these,
No.
these yelling sessions?
How do you say it?
Can I hear it one more time? You say it once.
Let me hear
You say it first.
For helvede, man.
Verhilvelman. I say Verhilvelman, and he's like, you're not saying it right. And he says it the exact same, and I say it back. He's like, nah.
Sometimes I like to just mess with you. I just say it wrong, different ways every time.
I wouldn't be surprised.
What does it
again?
mean? What does it mean?
It means like something along the lines like, for fuck's sake.
That's on me. I should have.
hey.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Don't
Hindu,
hit the player,
I'm
hit the
sorry.
game.
Verhilvelman.
Don't keep saying it.
It doesn't mean that. He's just pulling your leg.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Definitely.
It means gosh darn.
Wait, what's Helva Satan?
For Satan?
That's Swedish.
What's say that again?
Helva Satan, something like that. I heard that most of that a lot.
Wait,
It's
are you
probably Swedish.
trilingual? Swedish,
No,
Danish.
I mean Danish,
They're kinda
Swedish,
similar,
Norwich
right?
is kind of the same
Yeah.
kind
Okay,
of bathtub kind of
Same
same bucket, same
Yeah,
bucket kind
mixing
of.
pot.
What?
You can understand it a little bit, but I wouldn't like
Okay.
write in Swedish or Norwegian.
Yeah, it's like Southeast Asian languages. Like I understand a little bit of
Yeah.
Lao, so I can understand.
like
a
the
little bit of
countries
Thai.
around Denmark, like Germany, we have in school for like a bunch of years, but I do not know anything about that language. That's for sure.
Uh-huh.
But nah,
Cool.
usually scrims are pretty good, I'd say though.
Yeah.
like
I forgot what the question
yeah.
was.
No, I think usually it's pretty fun.
I think
for
we're
the
a
most
pretty
part.
decent
He shouldn't
Scrim
act
team.
like that's such a great team to scrim either, though. That's the
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I mean, no team in the league is good scrims. Like everyone has
Every time,
moments.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
that's the
that's
thing.
fair.
It's like,
Yeah.
I mean, they've had days where they absolutely stink it up as well. Like it just happens, you know. And like the thing is, it's like we don't get as emotional as other teams. I'd say about like bad scrims, like another team being bad at
Or even
scrims.
like a bad loss. Like sometimes when like
Well, we might, but like we like recover quicker. I'd say than other. Like we don't make roster changes after like a week or something. Of,
I feel
playing
like
bad,
I've
you know?
never
It's like-
seen the Oni Warriors get in the car angry. You know what I mean? Like you guys have generally settled it by the time
I
you
mean,
get out of the building.
I'd agree. Or like we'd be like a bit annoyed, but then like we'd like reel it in and just like actually have like a productive discussion about it. But yeah, we don't really get like over the top annoyed about it. And the thing with scrims is like you can't guarantee good practice 24/7. Like you'll have days where it's super productive for both teams. Maybe we'll troll, maybe they'll troll. But that's just life. It's been like that the whole time Smite's been a game.
Yep.
So like
And you guys have been playing for so long, obviously.
Yeah,
you're,
like-
you're gonna see
Yeah.
every part of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what you're getting when you're scrimming us. It's like
You're,
you're
a
gonna
really
have fun.
good
Like,
mid jungle solo.
No,
maybe
like
in
you-
some troll duo.
like you gotta go in with an open mindset of like you gotta match the trolling sometimes, you know. Otherwise, you will be miserable.
And sometimes trolling can like actually win you games. Like these like out of pocket picks. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, kinda, but
I mean, I feel like even in SPL games, sometimes some troll stuff will
you just
happen.
gotta
Some
be loose. Yeah.
stupid mistakes. Everybody knows, like,
Some Merc in a cage somewhere.
like literally, like literally.
But the thing is, we've already been through it in scrims,
Yeah.
so it's just like for us, it's like we just laugh about it at the end of the day. But like
Yeah.
a lot, like other teams get super emotional about like something going wrong and like have a breakdown. But yeah, that wouldn't be us.
I mean, like
sadly.
it's not like I don't know I shouldn't be caging. Everybody on the team knows, like, okay, Fred, we have free bursts. Just don't go in the Titan room to the old end. We all know it. It's just like, what can you get mad about at that
Yeah,
point?
and we can come out of it
Like,
like
is Liam gonna hold a grudge against me because I was stepping in? I mean, he might. But
If anyone would, it'd be this guy. That's
And the thing is,
sure.
like, we come out of it, and he's cracking jokes about Odin cages like 2 days
Yeah.
after. Like,
You
and
have
it's
to.
like no one's like,
I mean, Fred's
You're not
got,
laughing,
like,
you're crying with
That's
that
right.
guy, that's for sure.
yes, I mean, gotta get dirty with
Yeah,
it.
and I mean for scrims, as long as the cups and the obelisk and the juice are there, I mean,
Yeah.
there's gonna be some trolling.
yeah.
That's for sure.
Whoopsies.
I think with scrims, I get more annoyed when people are super late.
Yeah,
True.
really.
Yeah.
I think
Who's the worst about it? Is
Levi's?
there a team that's like always late?
Levi's.
Levi's.
Always
Leviathans
late.
and
Always late.
I think
there's
Valve's
really
have been
couple-
late
I
a
feel
bit,
like a
yeah.
general
Valves
theme is
can be
everybody's
late,
late.
too.
I feel like
Is
we
that
are always on
Kings?
time.
Kings that are
Yeah, us and
Yeah.
Kings get going quick.
And Bolts usually.
And Bolts.
Bolts are
Bolts-
always on time.
Dude, Ven has that lobby up like
Yep.
That's
5,
surprising.
10
I would
minutes
assume
before.
Jake
Simple
would be like
titles,
late to
though.
everything.
He
Nah,
can be
Titans
sometimes.
sometimes.
On Bolts,
Well, most of the
Haddix
time
was
they're
their
time.
biggest perpetrator.
Really?
Yeah.
He just wakes up whenever he wakes up.
Yeah, that guy's he just
Who?
plays so much Smite.
Haddix.
Oh, yeah.
I remember the
They
first
gotta
time we
come
scrimmed them, right? Like when they were Haddix, he was
Yeah.
like him and Ronnie were like half an hour late, right?
Yeah.
And we're just sitting there like, I mean, this is gonna be a bad scrim session now, like guarantee.
Oh
you.
yeah.
It does take the air out of
It
a
does.
little bit.
does.
It
show,
tilts
you
you
show,
too.
When you are a
You
full
just-
team ready at 11 and you start 11:30, you're like, can we just be on time?
Yeah.
It's
It's like
a
wasted,
waste of your time,
Yeah,
yeah.
like
Well-
with 5 people plus a coach sitting here for 30 minutes, it's like 3 hours.
What makes
Yeah.
it feel worse because mentally you
hours.
show up and you're ready to play, and then like you take your foot off the gas, like are we even scrimming today? And you start thinking about our stuff.
You start
And then
surfing
the lobby
Twitter.
comes in and you're in the picks and ban screen. Your mind's like,
like,
Yeah.
oh,
not locked in
yeah,
anymore.
time to practice. And
Yeah.
it's like,
And sometimes your brain's off for a little bit after that because, I don't know, it's hard to get back in the groove kind of.
No, for sure, for sure.
Not for me, though.
Not for you. Never. Always ready to bounce back. That's why they call you the rubber man.
Brain never on.
Sometimes.
Well, there have been some roster changes recently, so I'm glad that you guys brought this up. Now, Slaney to the Tartarus Titans, but before we talk about that, how's the dynamic with your coach? It's Chuckles, I believe, right?
Yeah.
L Chuckles. Do we call him Chuckles? Certainly.
Chuck.
We call him a
Okay.
lot of things.
How does he feed into the dynamic of the team?
I mean, Chuck is the kind of guy. I mean, he obviously does a lot of like the ground level work of setting up scrims, having pick and bans from the previous weekends ready, all that kind of jazz. He sets up for us, and then he's also a part of the draft, obviously. And one thing I really do like a lot is he records the mistakes or whatever big moments we have in games, and then before we even load into the second part, the second scrim or whatever scrim next game, we watch back all like the big moments to kind of be like, okay,
That's really useful.
it's
It
very
is.
useful because it keeps your mind on being on top of like, oh, I gotta be clean, you know? Like we can be cleaner here and in this engagement. It's like constant reminder of what is my job, why is Fred here in this team fight, like when he should have been here. These kind of things, and just keep like that kind of thing in between games is like a good thing to keep the focus on the gaming. Because if you just finish a game and you start like watching your YouTube
Yeah,
on the
it's
second
so easy
monitor
to lose.
or
Yeah.
a Twitch
Keeps
stream or
you
something,
focused.
it
Yeah.
keeps you on that kind of like practice time kind of wavelength.
Yeah. Well, people don't like doing VOD review that much in general. I think it loses a bit of like the freshness. So when you do it like the next day or like even
Or a
after
week
practice,
later.
people don't want to do after
Yeah.
practice, right?
Yeah, we actually just speedrun VOD review.
Exactly. So
Seriously,
between
that's crazy.
games, you're doing it and you're still fresh, and it keeps you like reminded for next game what you need to be doing.
I don't
Yeah.
need to watch me farming for like 9 minutes. you know,
Exactly,
it's
and
like-
then
yeah.
it's instant as well. It streamlines it, right? So you can do it just between each game, and then like Fred said, you're not getting distracted between, and you can talk about instantly what went wrong in that game. Because sometimes too, like if you've lost a game, like say you're ahead the whole game and you lose a game, it feels bad. Even sometimes in a scrim,
Yeah.
if you lose a bad way, but when you watch it back, you go like, this just went like really wrong.
Yeah.
We should have done this. It's like okay, whatever.
I think that's
Learn
probably
from it
been
and
our
move
like
on.
most helpful thing, like
I would say so.
like
for
outside
sure.
of like actual gameplay.
Because a lot of teams I've been on, you would do scrims and you'd never even review the VOD. And you would
I
talk
don't think
about
I've ever watched the
you
VOD
would
in
you would
my-
talk about the mistake,
life.
but then people like when you're not watching it together, everyone has a different perspective of it
Yeah,
too,
'cause
and then
nobody's
you
got
don't
the
get
perfect
anywhere.
memory.
You don't get anywhere talking about it from different perspectives too.
Yeah.
But when you all watch it from like a top-down view, and especially when you're doing the coach has the free cam and everything, so you can
Yeah.
see everything. Yeah, it's really helpful for sure.
It's so much better when you it's fresh too, because it's so easy for the
Exactly.
coach to just be like, oh, there's a lot of comps at this point in the game. I'm just gonna cut it together, make a little video. Instead of you wait 2 hours after the scrim, then you're like, oh, let's all meet at 5, watch the VODs,
Yep.
set a 3-hour blog off,
Yeah.
watch every game like minute by minute, all these small
Yeah.
little
You're
things that
sitting
don't
there in
really matter.
silence,
time
like waiting for a
wasted.
Yeah,
moment of
it's
like,
so much better just having it like
Yeah.
quick and impact, almost like flashcast.
Yeah.
You just what's the problem here? Okay, this is what we should be doing. This is why it's a mistake. Next, and you just keep going through them. It's so much easier than to set a big window of time. You watch
sure.
like games and laning faces that you don't really care about.
Yeah.
You know.
And the less time I have to spend with this guy, the better, honestly.
You live with him.
Yeah, I know it's crazy.
Let's have spend with you a bit.
It's insane.
How much does Chuck weigh into like the decision-making process and stuff like that? Is he offering insights on like how you should be approaching like game pace, or is it mostly he leaves it up to you guys and kind of refines the style that you want to set? Like what is Chuck bringing in that regard?
I think for the most part, we like to be vocal about how we want to play the game. Like if we are doing a draft, sometimes we lose a little bit of focus on what we need in our draft for it to function, which not only is on Chuck, but also us. But I think we, as a team, we have a very specific way of playing. And Chuck is definitely a part of like pivoting us into these kind of things.
Yeah.
But sometimes as a team, as a whole, I think we kind of lose focus sometimes in the draft, and we end up with some draft where I'm like, oh, this and that could be better. But I don't think that's completely on Chuck either. I
No,
mean,
I'd say
I think
it is
he's
on
good
us
at
as well.
reminders, especially.
Yeah.
Because we have a certain way we like to play, and like, there's a lot of different things in Smite going on, and sometimes you lose track of like the little stuff, or we'll say something and like in picks and bans to watch out for something from another team, and we'll forget about it. So it's important to just have those little reminders, even if you already know it, just to bring it back.
Fair enough. Fair
Yeah.
enough. All right, now let's talk about this new Titans coach. Do you foresee Slaney kind of changing how they play at all? Is that something that you're going to think about as you start to line up against the Titans, or is it just they're still the Titans? We're just going to keep treating them the same.
I think you have to stream the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
they
it's
might make
probably
some
the same.
changes, but I think when you worry about your opponents too much, you kind of lose track of what you want to do. I think that's important. Like picks and bans, sure, but I don't think it'll be It's hard to say, but I don't think it'll be anything like they're not going to change the whole way they play, right?
yeah.
Players have identities.
They're also a group of players like similarly to us. They're like, you know what you're getting when you play the Titans, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know, like they play around pool. Like his god pool is usually like very consistent. So like, although I think Slaney will help, obviously, like I don't think he's gonna like transform the team because the team doesn't need to transform. You know.
Just need some direction.
Yeah, like a little bit of consistency, like when it comes to
Who knows?
direction.
Yeah, consistency,
But
morale,
like,
anything.
also, like I don't know how Slaney coaches because I haven't like teamed with them as well.
Have any
so
of
it's
you
like,
teamed with Slaney?
No.
No.
like
Okay.
very briefly once. I wouldn't say any time long enough to actually be able to talk about
Yeah,
it.
like
you know,
it's
quality
hard to
down.
say how a coach impacts the team because like I'm pretty sure
And
every
every team's
coach
different,
like
too.
handles it differently.
Yeah.
Because like every group has like a very different like personality and how they approach the game. So
I just think it's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 4 Scarabs boys,
that is funny.
Four
That's
Scarabs boys.
2 Titans boys,
2 Titans boys.
Leius and Slaney. I'm not gonna say no more. Like, they had that little thing
They're
earlier this
back.
year, no,
Yeah.
where the parents came in and all that jazz.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
I just think that's
They're back.
funny. But I mean, people grow as persons as
Yeah.
well, so I'm sure they
And
figured out
obviously
the
they're
differences.
good with it, obviously.
Obviously, else they wouldn't
Yeah.
be making that move.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, I just think that's
Unless-
kind of funny.
It's funny. It's funny.
Fred said it best. What else is there to say? Thank you for your time, boys. This has been the Oni Warriors.
I win? What did it win?
You win the respect.
Telling me an alien wore this?
Perfect. Okay.
Okay, that was a good cut.
Messaging him to mute.
The best graphics you really need, Ultra, of course, and I can probably watch a stream on the side.
Content's gonna look good.
Pretty good.